Hello, air signs. Happy Friday. So, today for you, we have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. It's going to be a great September 2nd, right? So, cups in general. Let's speak about cups. Cups are other people's influences, especially on, it can be about spirituality, like not just religious spirituality, but spirituality in the sense of what your beliefs are, how you practice them, on a personal level, on a deeper level, not necessarily as part of a religious tradition, although that can be part of it. So it talks about that. It talks about your influences on your emotions, on your relationships. They talk about the unconscious and how that's expressed in terms of your emotions, in terms of your relationships as you're going through life. And Cups also talks about your ability to heal and have healthy relationships. How do you heal those relationships and those emotions that you feel that are very negative, are very much a part of the shadow self, the unconscious self, what you really don't like about yourself and you try to hide both from other people and from yourself? How are you bringing those to light, and how are you dealing with those? So that's some of the aspect of what Cups as a suit in Tarot talks about. So, Queen of Cups. This I look at as being very relationship based because of the seahorses, because of the seashell, and because of these, this could be a giant cup or it could be a bowl, and then there's a smaller cup in her hand. So there's two, right? And you see behind her these tadpoles, you see these fish that are in the beginning stages. They could be eels, they could be, like I said, tadpoles, so they could be growing into frogs. They could become lizards. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Or they could become people eventually, right? So this is definitely talking about some sort of unity, some sort of two things are coming together, becoming one. This is, talking about with Six of Cups here. This is a card of reminiscence. It's a card of innocence and childhood, joyfully playing, and remembering those times when you were able to not have a care in the world and just go outside and play with whatever you found, right? So we're talking about focusing on uniting your dreams and your vision and having that emotional stability, what you want unconsciously, what you remember, the good parts of the past that you remember that you want to bring forward into today and going forward into the future, and how you're going about that. Now, the Knight of Cups, Knights are about action, and he's got this golden cup here. He's got this grail, if you want to think of it that way. He's also got these same, whether they're tadpoles or eels or they're gonna, they're pre lizards, they're gonna transform, right? Whatever they are. He's got the same design. He's got the horse here, but then he's got the same design on his breastplate. So over his heart. And she's got a crown, right? That's golden. He's got a halo that's golden. He's got the sun to his left side. So the sun is illuminating his shadow side, and it's making it so that he can see it. It's making it so that he can pull it out of the unconscious, out of memory, out of his desires and wishes, and bring it forward to where he can see it and deal with it, right? Now, this knight in particular talks about, all knights talk about action. He talks about using his charm, his ideals, help him advance, help him get fulfillment. The clarifier for it was the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is a card about betrayal. It's a card about, it's a challenge. It can talk about jealousy. It can talk about winning at all costs. So the knight here is telling you, this Knight of Cups, he's telling you that this is a challenge, right? This is a challenge to your ideals and to your ability to advance. Don't let your jealousy get the best of you. Don't feel that you're entitled to winning, right? Don't feel that winning at all costs is actual winning, because it's not. Because what does it cost you? It can cost you healthy relationships. It can cost you peace of mind. It can cost you all sorts of things if you win at all costs. It's literally not. People call it that, but it's not. That's inaccurate. So, Five of Swords can also talk about not giving in to competition. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're losing on purpose. It can mean that you're giving into, don't give in to the negative side of competition, to the side that I have to beat everybody, I have to win, and that's the only thing that matters. Because it's not what matters. The knight is telling you that's not what matters. Winning here, and winning in life in general, is, for some people, winning is about having that big CEO job, the fancy car, the fancy house, the trophy wife, that sort of thing. For other people, winning is about having the best possible life they could, which has nothing to do with money or fancy jobs or cars or houses. It has to do with family, or it has to do with living as stress-free as possible. Whatever your values are, that's what the knight is telling you to focus on. He's telling you to look at, what's motivating you towards this, and why is it motivating you towards that, right? Is it aligning with your values? Is it really aligning with what you want in life, or is it not? I mean, why do you want what you want? Think about that. So the Hermit is at the bottom of the Druidcraft. The Hermit is about going within and finding your path and being true to yourself, which, these four cards initially are also talking about. They're talking about being true to yourself in terms of your values, in terms of what is your ideal life, not what is somebody else's ideal life. Excuse me. Under that, we have Nine of Wands, which is a card of persistence. It's a card of defense, but it's also a card of a new start, a new day. And that new start is through the creativity, through the desire and the passion that you have. And to keep going with it, because under that we have Prince of Swords, which is a card of taking the offense, very quickly taking action towards a goal, just moving forwards. Once you've found that path that is right for you, you're moving forwards on it. And we have the High Priestess, which is talking about using your inner knowledge, your inner knowing, to walk through that doorway, to open that door and then walk through it and begin anew. And she's got the strength to do that, to say, this is what's right for me. It may or may not be what society says is right for you. It may or may not be what the people closest to you, in terms of like your best friend, your family, it may not be what they say is right for you, and they have their own reasons, but you have your reasons too. You have that inner knowing that tells you the right path to go. And then we have Ten of Wands, dropping your burdens, dropping mental and emotional, spiritual burdens, burdens that were at your core what you thought you were, what you thought you needed to do and to accomplish. If society says in order to be a respectable adult, you must make a certain amount of money, you must marry somebody of the opposite sex, you must have children, whatever society says you must do, that can be a burden for some people, right? For other people, they're fine with that. That lives up to their morals. That's their values. But for other people, it's a burden. So when I talk about societal burdens or mental and emotional burdens, it's like the expectations other people put on you, be it family, be it friends, be it society, and you're dropping them. You've been carrying them for a long time, but you're getting ready to drop them once you find this path, this doorway. And you find it by going within. And then underneath that, we have the King of Pentacles, which is stability and abundance. It's a healthy balance between what's expected and what you want for yourself, between your passions and between what you need to do. It's no longer having this imbalance or these burdens, right? Because you've gone on your inner knowing, you've taken action towards it, you've persevered. So try focusing on taking your vision, taking your dreams, and being emotionally stable with that, and moving forward with that. Moving forward towards the life that you want and away from the life that you don't want. Have a great Friday. I'll see you tomorrow.